Welcome to Kumbasoft DPAA tutorials. This tutorial is getting started with DPAA, which is a video you're going to really want to watch if you don't want to set up a interactive demo with us. So we can help you with this, but it's pretty easy. It's not that hard. So the first thing you need to do is you need to go out to www.kumbasoft.com. And you need to, that's our website, and then you'll go to the downloads page. And then from here, you'll be able to download the copy of DPAA. We only have one copy at a time. It's dated, so you know how old it is. This video may age, so there's a newer version probably when you get out to the website. But whatever the case is, as we version by date. And there's one prerequisite that you're going to need to have, and that means you're going to need Java 18 or higher. It could be Oracle or OpenJDK. It doesn't really matter. We develop and test in OpenJDK, so we're confident it's going to work in that version. So once you get there, you get this downloaded, put that in a directory where you can find it, and then go to the Contact Us link. And in the Contact Us page, put your name and your email, preferably your company, and a message saying, hey, would you give me a license? The rest of this information is when you're making a technical support request, so you don't need that. But make sure your email is accurate, because Kumbasoft Sales is going to write you back and send you a file, and that file is going to be attached to an email sent to this address. So make sure it's an email where you can receive that attachment. It's just a license.txt file. It's just a text file. It contains a bunch of encrypted junk, but it's in base 64 encoded, so it's going to pass muster for the vast majority of email scanners. But it's a TXT file. So take that TXT file and download it as well. So once you have those two things ready to go, so here's my version of DPAA that I downloaded the zip file from the website. Here's that license file. So what you do is you extract the zip file right here. And then once you extract that, you're going to have 5 things. And that is, you're going to have your configs directory, which is initially empty. You'll have the DPAA jar file. You'll have the different run commands for Windows, Mac, and Linux here. So take your license.txt file and copy it, and put it into that configs directory. So we're going to put it into here. I'm sorry, I didn't go into that directory. So we're going to put it into here and keep it exactly that name. DPA is hard-coded, capital L license.txt. It's hard-coded to look for that file name, that's not the name of the file. Then it's not going to run. And then when you're ready to go, you just double-click on the appropriate command. Now, I've got a little bit of a problem because I'm on a 4K screen, and I'm trying to scale to 1080p, which is what this video is recording in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this DPAA-SH for Linux with a new one. And then I'm going to be able to run this from here with the scaling. So I'm going to run as a program. And this is going to light up DPAA, and let's hope it shows up on the right screen. Well, this did. This is important. So this is the first thing that shows up. And when you first get into DPAA, I'm not sure I can copy the rest of the app over. Oh, yeah, I can. So that's what DPAA looks like. It tends to show up on the wrong screen. I've got multiple screens for recording. And so you'll have this kind of information in here. So what you're going to do is you're going to put in a username. And this is very important. This has nothing to do with connecting to your appliances. This has totally to do with putting in information that is necessary for you to be able, for DPAA to be able to encrypt the information related to the appliances that you put into DPAA for connectivity. So it's very important that you put in a username you can remember and a password you can remember. If you don't get either one of those correct, then the DPAA won't open. And after some time, it goes ahead and gives up and won't let the person trying open DPAA again. You'll have to contact us if you run out of ideas. Generally, there's no way to fix it. So you put in your password. We had the standard icon here that indicates to you that your caps lock key is either on or off. So you had that kind of information. And then just put in a verification to make sure you're getting it correct. And once they turn green, they're not correct. So you can see if it's not the same, it's not green. Once it is the same, it is green. Then you're going to have to accept the software license. So you click there to take a look at it. and then you can select Accept Software License. So at that point, you can then set up your DPAA. So to set up DPAA, what you'll do is you'll just click that button, and you'll get a screen like this that sets up the Manage Appliances. So the first thing you're going to need to do is, before you can use DPAA, you've got to connect to an appliance. No, it's not a useful piece of software without it. That's all it knows how to do. So we're going to add a new appliance here, and we're going to give it a name. Now, you can give this any arbitrary name you want to. So whatever you want to give it, you can give it your name here, okay? So because it's my production appliance for doing this video, I'm just going to call this Prod 1. Now, categories are useful for identifying things about the appliance, and I tend to like to put these in a different case. So I'm just going to type, this is a physical appliance, and I'm going to put a comma, and let's say it's in Kansas City. Data center, maybe that's what it is. Now, the XMO management, you can use IP or a host name here. You're not required to use either one. Obviously, you just want to use one that works for you. But for us, what we have is we have our prod1.kumbasoft.com. Then you put in the XML port, which the default port is 5550, and ours is that way. But if you need to change it, you change it. And then this is where you put the appliance credentials in for this appliance. So I'm going to put in the admin user, and then I'm going to put in admin123, and then we get to put in the SSH management host. So the SSH management host is also, can be the same host name or a different host name. So you can put in a different, IP or whatever you want to here. So I'm again going to put in the same host name. The default port, you can, of course, change that. And then again, you may have a different username here. So we're going to do the username and the password. And this little flag here is indicating to you that going to indicate to you whether or not it's connected. So what we're going to do is, once we have all this information in here, I'm going to select this button here to test the connection to the appliance. Now, you can put in 20 appliances right now if you want to. I'm just going to put in one, and I'm going to select this button. And what DPAA is going to do is it's going to go out and make an attempt to connect to that appliance. And if it's successful, you'll see this checkbox show up here on the Is Connected piece here, and that lets you know that at least it connects to the XMO management port with this username and password. So that lets you know it was connected. Then when we're ready to go, we go ahead and save this information. If you don't save it, it's not going to save. We're going to save this information, and you'll notice something happens over here. I'll explain this in a moment. So once you save that and get that over there, you save it, and then we're going to click the X box here and say we want to close this window. So then what happens is DPAA took that information and put it into here, and it lets you know that you've got your appliance. And these are the two categories that I created for it, the physical and the Kansas database, data center. It's just made up. But it kind of lets you know what's going on here. And then when you select your appliance, you'll also know if you're connected by a number of things. You saw it initially, it was in red and said it was disconnected. That's because just because we connected to it here didn't mean it was connected over here. Those are two different stacks, and that's on purpose, because when you open this window, we don't do health checks anymore. We stopped doing that. There's a reason for it. But at the end of the day, you have your list of appliances and your categories, and you have your list of domains for that appliance, and you're ready to go. You're ready to go with DPAA at this point. So what you also want to do is you want to go to the next video. It's called Managing Appliances. It will go more into this screen and what it does for you, and some more of the things that you want to know about as you're using the screen. So we'll get into that in the next video. So thanks for watching. If you need to go to our website again to download and get a license, go ahead and over there and get to www.kumbasoft.com. Get your license and get started, and we'll be happy to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.